Welcome, friends of VH. Today's episode, we're going to discuss the pre-rut in northeastern Ohio. Let me get my trusty calendar, because lately I've been getting my dates wrong when I do these films, or these videos. Yes, so today is October 26th, Thursday. The reason I got this calendar out is, like I said, this is going to be a pre-rut edition. As you guys know, we're coming to you live from Southington, Ohio. And we have had one cold front last week. Yeah, today's Thursday. We had one cold front last week. It was significant. I went out there. You saw the past video, I hope. And we saw a couple critters. Didn't get any shots, but we learned a lot together, I hope. So this week has been very warm. Monday through, even today and tomorrow. Hell, we're 71 degrees, 72, 3 degrees, which is very rare this time of year in Ohio. But again, I wanted to discuss the pre-rut. My camera, I have one cell camera, if you will, that I use. I have it at my rut stand, which I haven't visited since July, maybe August. I let that baby soak like good bait, as they call it if you're a fisherman. So we'll go back there probably in November, during the peak, right first week of November. Hopefully that'll pan out. Hopefully bring some footage on for you guys for that too. But I'm starting to see for the first time since last weekend, that cold front. It's like a switch. The switch went off, and with that first cold front in this time of year, in late October, it's a switch for the deer, and it's started the breeding season, and that cold weather really, I'm no biologist, but it just seems that first cold front in October, late October, usually you start to, the woods comes to life. You'll start to see scrapes and rubs, and I found in my experience, most of the scrapes and rubs that I find are primarily made in October, sometimes even in August. So, being that I'm starting to see, I saw one shootable buck. I guess I couldn't make out the antlers, but the body, got to put meat in the freezer. That's why I'm doing this. You'll never really see taxidermy on my wall. It's not my thing. Maybe some sheds I'll display, but that's as far as it goes. So yeah, about putting food in the freezer, but I like to manage the deer herd when I do that too. I'm not one of those, if it's brown, it's down. No. So, yes, getting back to what I was saying, this weekend we have a really true cold front. I'm talking highs in the 42, low 40s, mid 40s, 44, 45, with rain, 20-mile-an-hour winds that are going to bring in that cold front tomorrow, I believe, if the weatherman's right. You know how they are with their job. But, so, in my neck of the woods, I don't know if you can see the calendar, but in my neck of the woods, this week be tomorrow's the 27th, Friday, 28th, 29th. We're going to be having heavy wind when that front comes in. So looks like to me I might be able to get out there maybe in a ground blind because of the rain on Monday. And Halloween's going to be spectacular. So depending on where you're hunting, if you're in whatever region you want to call us, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Michigan, West Virginia, maybe even Tennessee. If you're getting that cold front like we are this weekend, there's going to be a lot of dead deer laying on the legally, hopefully taken right around Halloween. So that's my my little pre-rut prediction. What I'll be doing. Hopefully, you guys can share with me what's going on in your neck of the woods. And I wanted to discuss a little bit. I'm skipping ahead into November, but people ask me a lot, when do I take my vacation? What are the best days to hunt? Archery, whatever. Blah, blah. Again, I'm no biologist. I do have some experience. I've done a lot of reading and my own research over my life of hunting. And what I found when you blow through all the smoky mirrors and all that of people making money, this is when the rut is in my region, the states I just mentioned. In my neck of the woods, this is the rut, and it hasn't changed since I've been alive. So I'm going to share it with you guys. It's not a top secret or nothing, but it'll save you a lot of time, and hopefully you guys can give me some feedback on this. So what I'm saying, I'll just let you see the calendar. These are the best days in my opinion. This is the rut in my neck of the woods. November 3rd is when the rut kicks off. I'm sorry. We're in the pre-rut. This is the rut. So, and the peak rut is the 15th of November. So if you're taking vacation, you got time off, and you really want to get into this archery thing, this is your Super Bowl, if you will. People always ask me again, what are the best days? What are the best days? Well, the best day is the day you're not on computers and gadgets and sitting on the couch. It's when you're in the woods. In the state of Ohio, I'm very fortunate. We have almost a 4-month archery season. So the best day is any of those days in the 4 months that you can hunt. But the magic happens right here. Right here. The 6th, 7th, and 8th of November. That's it. There, I said it. That was my tip of the day. Hope you guys are enjoying everything. Take my information for whatever it's worth. But got a lot of experience doing this. Wish everybody good luck out there. Be safe. May your arrows fly straight. Arrows, bolts, whatever they are. And wear your safety harnesses if you guys are out there and hanging from the trees. I know last year, real quick, I was using my climbing sticks coming down out of my tree, whatever. And I'm a pretty good sized guy. I'm 6'2", 2 1/4. And long story short, I was pulling in the morning when I was pulling up my compound. Somehow it got hooked on my bottom step. It was dark out. I could barely see it. And I felt it, and I was trying to get it off. My pull rope was around the footstep on my first step. And I'm yanking, I'm trying, I figured I'm hung up on this thing. Now again, I'm tethered. I'm wearing my safety harness. Anyhow, I pull up and I kick. I use a lone wolf climbing stick. I'm not sponsored by them. There's better ones, sure there is. That's just what I had. It kicked out the bottom of my first stick, so it was useless. So that's another little tip I have. Always wear your safety harness, because, and another thing too, people always say, I like to go with only 2 steps. I'm 28 years old. I can go 50 feet. I'm joking. High as I want on 2 steps, this method, whatever. If that's what you want to do, you do it. My opinion, if I can carry 8 steps, I'm carrying 8. I don't, I carry 4. And last year and this year, I actually have I only have 1 good hanging stand, and that's set up for the rut. And I've left it there over a year. First time I've ever left something sit out like that. Getting back to what I was saying, harness is on. My first step is gone, just dangling. It's useless. Not like I said, I'm a pretty good sized boy. So one thing I like to do is when I put my first step, that's what I'm getting to, my last tip here. When I put my first step on a tree, I don't try to be macho and put it up at shoulder length and grab the tree like this and try to do one of those to get into it. No, because if I'd have done that, I'd have been probably 10 feet hanging, Whoops, I got a bruise. A 10-foot hanging to get down there. So luckily, I got to my 3rd step, and being that I put my bottom step right about chest, right about here, even with that step being gone or useless, it was like I'm tethered, I was able to just slide down, drop down onto the ground. But had I not had my safety harness on, who knows how that would have played out. So get yourself that calendar, rewind this video, check out the best days of the rut, enjoy the pre-rut, and as always, what do I say? Peace and love from Endless Horizons. Well, good morning, everybody. We're back at you. We're in the ground blind today. It's the pre-rut. I thought I'd give you guys a little update on my pre-rut situation. You have to forgive me for the low volume, but it's about 8:40 in the morning, obviously, and got in this ground blind about a half hour before dark. No problem, didn't get busted. Didn't see any deer coming out of the ag fields coming in, so that was a good thing. I'm going to try to keep this kind of short, but I wanted to show you, being that it's a pre-rut, where my preferred ground blind situation is this year, and where I have it positioned. So I'm going to spin this camera around, give you a little view. Okay, this is my right side where I'm sitting, and right out here is a creek bottom. Runs all the way down there, sorry, down there, and down there. And I'm on a little bit of a hill, you can see, and up there is a ridge. You can see the ridge line. My rut stand is way out there, way out there. So I have a trail camera. You can't see it, but it's on that tree. And the deer are usually coming from this location. I don't know if you can see it way out there, but there's a very large ag field out there. They do a lot of grazing out there. Well, I'm sorry, it's a hay field. They've been hitting that and traveling back through here. And I've actually been seeing a deer already in daylight all the way up to about 10:14 in the late morning. One of them was a buck. Nothing great size yet or anything, but I just want to let you guys know that it is the pre-rut, and here in northeastern Ohio, deer are just now starting to. We've had one cold front, which makes all the difference, as you know. With that cold front, it put the deer on their feet, and it's almost like a switch. When that first cold front moves in October, oh, you better be out in the woods. You better be out in the woods. So I'm going to turn this off, and but I just wanted to give you a little pre-rut report, and also too, I don't know where you're coming from. I think today's the 25th. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but this weekend we're having a real good cold front coming in. We're talking high in the low mid 40s with a lot of rain, 20-mile-an-hour winds tomorrow as that front pushes through. So I am telling you, this weekend a lot of deer are gonna fall. A lot of deer are gonna fall. I hope that you're one of them. Stick with me. Maybe we'll get something on the ground. Never know. Peace and love. Well, everybody, that concludes today's hunt. It was a nice hunt. We were able to, I'm still being a little quiet walking out of here. That was a really nice sit. First sit in the ground blind. To me, a sit's a sit, whether it's in the air or on the ground. Didn't see anything. Check that trail camera I pointed out to. Didn't see any deer on it, but I did see some turkey. They had beards too, so yeah, check the calendar. Fall turkey season just around the corner. So, you know, that's a positive. Well, like I said, just to recap, we're in the pre-rut here in northeastern Ohio. And like I said, with that cold front coming this weekend, sorry, I was out of breath there for a second. I was climbing some hills. Anyhow, got that cold front coming in this weekend. And I mean, like I said, we're in Southington, Ohio. I don't know where you guys are located, but I believe this cold front's pretty big, covering a lot of states. So if you know anything about deer hunting, and if you watch some of my channels, some of my videos on my channel, you know this is the time to get out there. We're about 2 weeks away from prime time during the rut, when the rut kicks off. So this weekend is going to be a really good opportunity to catch a buck. So that's about all I got to say. Just get out there this weekend if you're able. So it was a beautiful day again. So I'm going to sign off. It was a good, safe hunt. And yes, I used the old trusty today too. Like I say, they're just tools. When I'm in that ground blind, I have a 31-inch draw with my compound. So I gotta use a crossbow when I'm in that ground blind. Nothing wrong with that. So, all right, everybody. Hope you're doing well. And always, peace and love from Endless Horizons.